I love the feeling of the solid ground beneath my feet, and the gas of the atmosphere filling my lungs. But my favorite by far has gotta be... Hey everybody, Dave here. Today's video is about matter, and why it, well, matters. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space, which is everything you smell, taste, touch, hear, see, experience here on Earth. And all of that matter is made up of atoms, and that includes you. Here's a model of what they look like. And I call it a model because we've never actually seen one up this close. That's how small they are. Even the world's most powerful microscopes can barely get a glimpse of them. And before I go on, it's time for the amazing science question of the day. And today's question is, where does a tree get all of its matter? Stay tuned for the answer. Another thing about matter is that it's mostly found in 3 different states: solids, liquids, and gases. And there is a 4th state called plasma, but you rarely see it here on Earth, unless you've been struck by lightning, which I sincerely hope you haven't. Now let's focus on water, more specifically solid water, otherwise known as ice. Why is it solid? It's because the atoms that make it up are unmoving, they're perfectly still. Do you know how to get them to move? Well, you give them energy or heat them up. Then they start to move and become liquid water. The atoms are now moving and spreading apart. The exact same thing as before, just in a different state of matter. And what if we continue to give the atoms heat energy? Well, then they become water vapor, a gas, where the atoms are moving so fast and have spread apart so much they've broken free and have become part of the air. And it's not just water. All things made of matter can be solid, liquid, or gas. Like rocks melting to become lava, or this hot liquid metal becoming a cooler solid statue, frozen at room temperature. So now I'm wondering, if matter is just made up of atoms, then why are there so many different types of matter? Like wood, steel, plastic, bananas, bricks, copper? Well, that comes down to the fact that there are many, many different types of atoms. These are atoms. This one here is a helium atom. That one there, an oxygen atom. And this one, carbon. The only thing that really makes them different from one another is the number of protons in their nucleus. There are 118 different types of atoms, otherwise known as elements, and you can see them here on the periodic table of elements. They each have different characteristics, and the best part is that if you can combine them, together they'll have different characteristics than they had when they were apart. A great example of this is sodium, which is a metal that explodes in water, and chlorine, which is a poisonous gas. You put them together and they become table salt. Delicious. We use different combinations of atoms a million different ways, based off of their characteristics and what we need them for. And so do birds. They'll choose different materials for their nests. Why? Because they have different needs. Do they understand atoms and states of matter? Absolutely not. They just know what they like, so they search it out and they use it. If you were a bird, what would you use for your nest? Tell me in the comments below. And now it's time to answer the amazing science question of the day. And the answer is the air. That's where all of the matter that makes up a tree comes from. It's captured during photosynthesis from the air. It used to be carbon dioxide, now tree trunk. Let me tell you one more thing about matter that I find absolutely remarkable. The Earth is 93 million miles away from the sun, and at this distance we're the perfect temperature to have liquid water on the surface, something all life on Earth needs to survive. If we were just a little bit further away, all of that water would be frozen as ice, and if we were a little bit closer, all of that water would be evaporated into a gas. Right here is the perfect spot for us to exist. Isn't this planet remarkable? I hope you enjoyed learning about matter. If so, please like and subscribe. I hope you have a great day.